History is a tapestry woven with threads of both creation and destruction. Humans are defined by their remarkable capacity for innovation. From the earliest tools to the digital age, we have reshaped our world. Yet, this ingenuity often goes hand in hand with conflict and self-inflicted harm. We have witnessed the rise and fall of empires ravaged by war and internal strife. The question arises, is self-destruction an inherent flaw in our species? Are we doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past on an even grander, more devastating scale? The 20th century stands as a stark reminder of our destructive potential. 2 world wars unleashed unprecedented carnage, fueled by ideologies and nationalistic fervor. The development of nuclear weapons cast a long shadow over humanity, a chilling testament to our capacity for self-annihilation. Despite these harrowing experiences, the threat of conflict remains. Regional tensions simmer, fueled by political instability, economic inequality, and access to increasingly powerful weapons. As we venture further into the 21st century, new challenges emerge. Technological advancement, once a beacon of progress, now presents potential existential risks. Artificial intelligence, in particular, poses both immense promise and peril. On one hand, AI has the potential to revolutionize industries, accelerate scientific discovery, and address some of humanity's most pressing problems. On the other hand, the rapid development of AI raises concerns about job displacement, algorithmic bias, and the erosion of privacy. The most alarming scenario is the potential for an intelligence explosion. This hypothetical event describes a point where AI surpasses human intelligence, leading to unpredictable and potentially uncontrollable consequences. Some experts argue that such superintelligent AI could pose an existential threat, exceeding our ability to understand or control its actions. While this may seem like science fiction, the potential consequences are too significant to ignore. Beyond the realm of technological disruption, we face another formidable threat: climate change. The scientific consensus is clear. Human activities are driving an unprecedented warming of the planet. The consequences are already being felt around the world, from more extreme weather events to rising sea levels and mass extinctions. The longer we delay action, the more severe and irreversible these consequences will become. Climate change is not just an environmental issue. It is a threat multiplier. It has the potential to exacerbate existing inequalities, trigger mass migrations, and spark conflicts over dwindling resources. The collapse of ecosystems could disrupt food chains and lead to widespread famine. The very fabric of civilization, built on a stable climate and predictable seasons, is being challenged. Ignoring these warning signs is not an option. The cycle of violence. Is war woven into the fabric of humanity? The specter of war has haunted humanity since our earliest days. From tribal skirmishes to global conflicts, violence seems inextricably linked to the human story. But is war an inevitable consequence of our nature? Or is it a learned behavior shaped by social, political, and economic forces? This question has perplexed philosophers, historians, and scientists for centuries, with no easy answers. There is no denying that humans have a capacity for aggression and violence. However, there is also ample evidence of cooperation, empathy, and altruism throughout human history. We have built societies, established laws, and created international institutions aimed at resolving conflict peacefully. The question is not whether we are inherently warlike, but whether we can overcome our destructive tendencies and build a more peaceful future. The seeds of our destruction, human nature, and the potential for self-annihilation. To understand our potential for self-destruction, we must look inward at the complexities of human nature. We are a species driven by a potent mix of emotions: fear and greed, love and hate, compassion and indifference. These impulses, often in conflict with each other, have shaped our history and continue to influence our choices today. Fear, for example, can drive us to build walls and stockpile weapons, but it can also motivate us to seek collective security and cooperation. Greed, often blamed for conflict and environmental destruction, can also be a powerful engine for innovation and progress. The challenge lies in harnessing these powerful forces, channeling them towards constructive ends rather than letting them lead us down a path of self-destruction. This requires a conscious effort to cultivate empathy, foster cooperation, and prioritize long-term well-being over short-term gains. The power of choice. Can we transcend our destructive tendencies? The future is not predetermined, it is a canvas waiting to be painted by the choices we make today. We have the capacity for both immense destruction and remarkable creation. The question is, which path will we choose? The answer lies in recognizing our shared humanity and embracing our responsibility as stewards of this planet. We must move beyond the narratives of fear and division that have fueled so much conflict and destruction throughout history. Instead, we must embrace cooperation, dialogue, and a shared commitment to addressing the global challenges we face. This requires a fundamental shift in our thinking, away from short-term self-interest towards a more sustainable and equitable future for all. A crossroads for humanity, towards a future of hope or oblivion. We stand at a crossroads in human history. The choices we make in the coming decades will determine the fate of our species and the planet we call home. Will we succumb to our destructive tendencies, leading to a future of conflict, environmental devastation, and technological dystopia? Or will we rise to the challenge, harnessing our ingenuity and compassion to create a more just, sustainable, and peaceful world? The answer is not predetermined, it lies within each of us. It is time for a collective awakening, a recognition that our interconnectedness demands a new era of global cooperation and responsibility. The future is not something that happens to us, it is something we create through our choices and actions. Let us choose wisely.